Anthropomorphism, for the past several decades, has come to play a prominent role in nearly every form of visual media known today. Many of you may see it every day and not even realize it, but the fact of the matter is it's everywhere. Whether it be film, TV, video games, literature, comics, toys, costumes, and even basic artwork of several varying mediums. Though that may seem like an awful lot to take in, by definition, it's a fairly simple concept. So you may be wondering, what exactly is anthropomorphism?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Now, biologically speaking, it is defined as the attribution of human motivation, characteristics, or behavior to non-human organisms or inanimate objects. Now, most commonly, this is attributed to animals, but it certainly doesn't end there.
In religion and mythology, it can go so far as to represent one's perception of divine beings. That being the case, perhaps it's best that I start from the beginning.
Though the concept was originally coined back in the mid-1700s, the concept itself has been around for roughly 40,000 years.
As evidenced by some of the earliest examples of animal-shaped or zoomorphic artwork. One of the oldest known being an ivory sculpture, the Lion Man, a human-shaped figurine with a lion's head, determined to be roughly 32,000 years old.
It remains unknown what these prehistoric artworks were meant to represent, though the impact they made has become abundantly clear.
The concept also lent itself greatly as a device in literary works such as fables dating back to 6th century BC Greece and collections from India, the Jataka tales and Panchatantra, both of which employ anthropomorphic animals to illustrate specific principles of life.
Fairy tale authors have taken advantage of the subject as well in story collections. Now, these fables and fairy tales have become the building blocks for modern literature, especially children's literature, in the 19th century.
With Alice's Adventures in Wonderland in 1865, The Adventures of Pinocchio in 1883, and The Jungle Book in 1894. Continuing this tradition through the 20th century were works like The Wind in the Willows, The Chronicles of Narnia, and Winnie the Pooh.
All of these works endowed many of their characters with certain facets of the human personality and abilities. No media forms have featured anthropomorphism more prominently than film and TV, especially those produced by Disney,
who introduced us to characters such as Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and Goofy. He's a dog, right? But then what's up with Pluto? Huh.
Anyway, continuing this trend in 1930 were the Looney Tunes.
You know, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, Sylvester and Tweety, Wile E. Coyote, Pepe Le Pew, Speedy Gonzales.
Use of characters such as these have been heavily represented in television since, about the 60s. And one prime example would be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well known as the 1987 TV series featuring 4 pizza-loving anthropomorphic turtles with great knowledge of ninjutsu led by their anthropomorphic rat sensei. Though initially based on a comic, the turtles have found a home in several other forms of media, such as toys, video games, films, and multiple other TV series.
Even more intriguing may be its incorporation into interactive media, i.e. video games, and who among them is better known than Sonic the Hedgehog?
Premiering in 1991, the series follows the adventures of a blue anthropomorphic hedgehog with the ability to run at the speed of sound. This little guy has also received his fair share of popularity via comics, toys, and a total of 4 TV shows. Other notable gaming franchises utilizing this theme include Sly Cooper, which centers on a thieving raccoon, and Star Fox, which features a team of intergalactic fighter pilots.
But the war is not over yet.
Many commercial items can also thank anthropomorphism for bringing them customers, as they tend to utilize it for their mascots.
Such as the Trix Rabbit, Tony the Tiger, Toucan Sam, Chester Cheetah, and the Carfax Car Fox. Commonly referred to as anthro art, artists from all over the world have experimented in creating their own unique anthropomorphic characters, and literally thousands are added to the web every day. I've also made a fun hobby creating my own set of anthro characters, but that's a discussion for another time.
Anthro art in itself has also gone on to spark an entire community which has continued to grow to this day. That community being furries. Now, based on my research, I've concluded that a furry is a person who creates an alternate animal persona for his or herself, or a fursona,
and goes on to roleplay as said character through artwork, stories, and even by constructing their own fursuits and attending conventions. So just what exactly is so appealing about this subject? Well, I think that's an entirely subjective matter. Some may find it easier to use such characters to represent certain facets of the human condition and personality, while others employ it as a form of self-expression. Personally, I just find the idea of animals and other objects behaving and acting as people to be really cool. Do I really need more of a reason than that?
Again, the subject doesn't just revolve around animals.
Remember Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors, Grandma Willow from Pocahontas, Thomas the Tank Engine, and even Cars.
Taking all of this into account, I think it's become painfully clear that anthropomorphism has only continued to grow with each passing year, and it's definitely not about to go anywhere.
I've even read rumors about scientific studies on the subject and potential efforts to make it a reality. But again, they're just rumors.
Just imagine if you could talk, boy. Anyway, who knows where things will go in the future, but just keep an eye out, and I'm sure whether you expect to or not, you're going to see some anthropomorphic characters pop up. See ya.